There it goes. It worked. It happened again. Well, welcome to this episode, this show, this first part of a series that had a previous first start. That's not episode 1, so I guess this is whatever. This is not a podcast, and I am Leslie Wootton. So, welcome to it. We're here. We're doing it. We're going to, let's see. There we go. Amateur Minute is what we're doing. And I know for not a fact. It's not a fact at all. I know some of you, maybe, if social media works at all, I know some of you are wondering if I fixed the chair. And I even posted, a picture of me, some WD-40, the chair, my snoring dog. Life goes on, and there's still a squeaky chair. So I don't know that I beat the squeaky chair. I'm embracing the squeaky chair. I might use it as leverage to find a not squeaky chair sponsor to help me out. This entire week since the last episode, I've been paying a lot of attention to the squeaky chair. Took it outside, WD-40'd it. I think there's something inside that's keeping it squeakable that I can't quite get to without going full office space. I am also embracing the sleeping dog in the room. He's having a great time, so I'm fine with it. We're human. This is what we're doing. There is AI running in the background, all the algorithms, and all my computer screens up. I can see, different algorithms moving in and out that are tracking everyone who's watching in the feeds, and nobody's watching. There's no cameras up here. Well, there's no screens and everything up here. I'm sure there's AI up here. Something's listening to me so that I can receive ads for dog food soon, which is smart because now I don't have to go look for dog food. I'm told that I need it. So I am definitely one of those who is embracing that no-step process, that let's skip the one-click stuff. Let's go straight into the no-step process of AI hears me, it's listening to me, and it's going to tell me what I need to buy, what I'm short on. It's my inventory process for the house. Those ads that pop up when you talk about something and people think they're so scary, I'm like, yes, thank you. Thanks for the reminder. I almost forgot that I needed to buy wine. I never forget. But if I'm going to have an ad pop up, why not have it be something that I'm actually interested in? It makes perfect sense to me. I've got no problems with that. Plus, there's that little bitty tiny X up in the corner, and you can click that and make it go away. You can be smarter than the ads, You're not, but it feels that way sometimes. So what are we talking about on this episode? We're talking about AI. We're going to talk about how artificial intelligence is not new. It was not introduced in 2025. You're hearing about it quite a bit because it's getting more and more mainstream. Sure, AI this and AI, is AI going to do this? AI is already doing all of those things. You're just now to the point where you realize it. You're just hearing about it. But it's been there the whole time. Spell check, AI. Autocorrect, AI. The recommendations from Netflix based on what you've watched before, AI. There's not somebody who's up at the Netflix office going, let's see, he's watching a lot of Star Wars. I think I'm going to give him some Gilmore Girls. No, nobody's doing that, although that might be fine. I'd be okay with that. What's going to be fun is now when I log into Netflix, Gilmore Girls is going to pop up. But that's not because of this. That's because of my wife. That makes sense. Google search predictions, AI, also paid ads, SEO, those kind of things. Email, spam, filters, predictive text, Siri, your GPS. So many algorithms working in the background that are telling you what to look at and what to do. If you're on Facebook, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say those that are scared of AI are posting about how they don't like AI on their Facebook post. That's AI. That's totally AI, and AI is promoting the anti-AI movement. So I don't know. People said that the internet was going to be a fad. Sure, embrace the phone book, go for it. But now your entire business, a brand, a customer pipeline, it's all on the internet. But has that changed a business so much? Sure, there's new businesses out there that are focused on what the AI is doing. Sure, and taking advantage of it. You've got influencers who are using that, but businesses, far and large, are not changed. How they reach people is changing. Hey, Corel. Let's see. Originally, I thought ChatGPT came out when I started using it. Yeah, absolutely. When I started using it, was it. But now you search them up and they've been around for a while. Yeah, exactly. I think end of 2024, coming into 2025, people are seeing, oh, AI is this hot new thing. Like, it's not a hot new thing. It's like hot honey at the food conventions we go to, and people are like, oh, hot honey is the thing. I'm like, I think those things have been around for a while. And trying to figure out what to do with it is really what's important. How you use it is what's important. Whether you're using it or not, is frankly not up to you. It's kind of like, are you using the internet or not? I guess those who aren't using the internet aren't watching this, so that might be a good way for them to not be using AI. So it really is the tool that you use to achieve the strategy that you're trying to get to. AI is not the strategy. AI is a tool. So leaders, you're not going to lose your relevance because of AI. You're not going to miss out on what you're doing. You're going to lose your relevance if you don't know what your job is. Your job is to lead, not to micromanage dashboards or figure out what the next step in the process is. Your job is to make sure we're all moving towards the end goal that you've set, hopefully. AI isn't here to help you define your goals. It helps you reach those goals. And it's up to you, leader, to make sure you know what those goals are. Now, can you use AI to help you brainstorm and try to figure out what those goals could be, should be, what your timeline is, what your milestones are, what your metrics are to track that? Sure, sounds great. But you should be the one who's determining what your goals are, and then use AI to help you get there. And whether AI is in the title of the tool you're using or not, it's in there. It's happening. If you're using it to avoid decisions or conversations, that's not innovation. That's a little fear built in with the Wi-Fi signal. So 1033 Consulting, we've worked with a lot of implementation, and I'm going to say that AI implementation as well. So working with clients who are using new technology that is AI focused, how to use it, what's going on. It's very similar implementation that we've been with for creating better onboarding or scheduling or your point of sale, any kind of technology. You got a new HRS, you're working with a new learning management system, whatever it might be, that implementation is there for a reason. You're trying to make something more efficient. You're trying to get your team to learn more about a process or to find ways to remove some of the inefficiencies. It's the same as when we started moving from handwritten tickets. I see you, Waffle House. It's the same as when we went from handwritten tickets to a point of sale, getting that communication easier, faster, clearer from the customer, the client, the guest, back to the back of house so that the kitchen how to print a ticket, or now up on a KDS display, whatever it might be. Now that point of sale helps you bridge communication. It doesn't change your menu. It helps you do things faster and more efficiently. Paul and I have worked through implementation of point of sale, many of them, upgrades, rip and replaces, new building openings. And that kind of implementation, whether you're implementing a new HRIS, you've got a new learning management system that you're implementing, it's very much the same as working with new AI systems. You have to make sure that your team is ready for the technology. You need to make sure that you understand how the technology works, what it does, what it doesn't do. And again, as a leader, you got to set what that strategy is, that end goal is. Why do you have this? You think it's fixing a problem? Well, if you don't do anything about the implementation of it, it's not going to fix any problem. It's going to make it bigger. It's going to highlight the problems you already have if you're not working to make sure that the tool you're buying, the AI you're buying, is working to get you to an end goal. You want recruiting processes to move faster. Cool, great. Buy some cool new technology to do that. You need to make sure that your team knows how to use it. There's an implementation process that truly matters here, regardless of the type of technology you're using to help you get to that end goal. It will not solve your problems. It's going to highlight your problems if you don't address those first. Similarly, if you're looking to bring in some sort of GPT or something that's going to help you identify what tools and processes, operations that you have, you have to have all of your tools, operations, SOPs in order for it to get the data correct. Curly, again, thank you. Let's see, using AI will not only save you time right now, but eventually, as it improves, it'll save you even more time in the future. By then you'll be more proficient in it too. Absolutely. AI right now is the worst and most expensive AI that you'll ever see. It's only going to get better. It's only going to have that, honestly, the human element where we get used to what it's doing. And truly, what it's not doing. It's not problem solving. It's bringing those problems to light. If you don't have all of your data in place when you implement an AI tool, it's going to highlight how poorly you're organized. If you've got SOPs that are from the mid 80s, a few from the 90s, some from 10 years ago, and one that you just wrote right now, and you've got them all together, AI doesn't know which is which. You got to build in, okay, these are outdated. This is here. This is, you have to be able to talk to it or remove the garbage. You got garbage in, garbage coming out. And one thing that you might notice in some of these processes where we look through what you're doing or how you're doing it is that your team does things very differently as well. And so you need to make sure not only do you know what your policy is, but your team knows what it is. Implementing AI to help you search through your policies or become your new handbook isn't going to fix the fact that your team does it a different way. So there's still implementation strategies, there's still training for people, and there still is the need for you as a leader to show up and make sure that people are being held accountable for what they're supposed to be doing. AI is not going to be doing that. AI is not a threat to your job. It's an audit to help see if you're capable of doing the job that you're supposed to do. Do you know what your job description is? Well, if it's helping people get through a process, well, maybe you need to work on that job description because AI can do that. Tools can do that. Yours is making sure that they get to an end goal. And you as a leader, if you're positioning yourself the right way, AI is only going to help you do that, not replace you. Okay. It's really going to help separate the adaptive from the performative. It's going to reveal if you're stuck, vague, outdated, out of practice. This is going to highlight that. Think about the implementation of Excel. Excel seems commonplace now, but when Excel showed up, it didn't replace your finance teams. it made them dangerous. It took processes and numbers and computation and turned it into coding that was, I'm going to say simple, because I know it's not always simple, but for the sake of the fact that everybody's using Excel, that the world survives on Excel, Excel is helping those finance teams thrive. We can't be as functional now without it. And that came along. What did it do? It exposed who was doing their numbers right. It made sure that your pennies, your decimals were all in place. Think about GPS showing up versus paper maps. I grew up with paper maps and the Rand McNally's and unfolding them and knowing how to get from G2 over to H6, you know. And if that doesn't make sense to you, I'm outing myself on my age. Fine, cool, great. I could do that. I don't want to do that. I'm to the point now where if I need an address from you and you don't type it into my text, you start giving me, well, it's down by the Kroger. It's over by the Wendy's across from the, send me the address. Send me a pin, because I'm going to push a button and I'm going to forget about it and I'm going to follow my GPS. It is, I don't know. You might call that lazy, but I think that's extremely efficient. And we need to know how to use it when we're, describing where something is, so that we can get there faster. We can have AI tell us what a better route is. I love being in a Uber when they try to beat the AI. When they're in there, you see what it is, and then they suddenly pull off and try to get somewhere. I'm like, really? You're gonna outsmart the satellites? They don't, but I don't know. Depends on what kind of hurry I'm in. But it's always funny. It's like, use the tool that's helping you get to where you need to go. Quit trying to force it. Okay. 1033, we've got a book coming out. We are actively talking about when we can announce that book. So Stove to Strategy is on the way. We're looking at proofs. We're looking at not even final edits. I don't know why I almost said that, but it sounds natural. We're looking at proofs. We're looking at the printing process. We're going to go out and see our friends at JPS on how the whole thing comes together. I don't know if we'll quite have a behind the scenes. I think it's a much bigger production than our little book. But we get to see how it all comes together. So very soon those will be on the shelves. So you can go in, you can order, and have that shipped out to you. Stove to Strategy is going to be amazing. Yes, I want to plug the book. Yes, I'm going to talk about it a whole lot on LinkedIn, but I want to talk about AI in the sense of that. And so I've joined writers groups because I really enjoy being around people that know more than I do. And then in a lot of those writers groups, we talk about writer's block and how to get through this, or, how to, I almost said prose. That never happens. But you talk about all the things that are in there. You read through threads and chats, and AI is clearly a topic. And there's so many people that are in these writers groups saying, I will never use AI. And baffles me, because all I can picture is that they're out, their little lake house out on a dock. They've got an old typewriter. They've got the little whiteout strips correcting the mistakes that they have. They've got a rock sitting on their papers so that it won't blow away. And it's like, what do you mean you don't use AI? I guarantee that you are using AI for spell check, Grammarly, all these things. Crow, is this the first episode of the podcast? Absolutely, yes, it is. So thanks for joining. I did do an episode last week, kind of an episode 0, which I just talked at my camera, and it was more to see what happens when I click this button. Does this go live? Does this happen? So I was really learning what this technology did. So official episode 1, there is an episode 0 out there where I'm truly pushing buttons and seeing what happens. And in episode 0, we learned that I've got a really squeaky chair. Oh, there it goes. And so one thing that I had to learn was don't rock very much until I fix my chair, because my chair's off. And then what I learned today is I try to put my earbuds in, and I can't get it to connect. So little things, but also this is not a podcast, so none of that matters. I'm just here talking. Yeah. So in the writers group, it's just humorous to me that these writers are saying that they refuse to use AI. I'm like, that's one, no way. You clearly don't know what it is or what you think it is. I don't know. We have these pop-outs that are going to be in Stove to Strategy, our book that's coming out. And the pop-outs, are supplemental to our case studies. We go through, we're talking about what we did with different clients, how we help them move from something that's on the stove to the strategy to build, and it's not always about cooking. It might be, about this dream that we have and our expansion that you have. You're looking for a new location or a new concept, or whatever it might be, how we take that little dream and we help bottle it up and move it through. So we talk about clients that we've done that with. But throughout the entire, all the chapters, we've got these little pop-outs that reference data, real life data, not our case study. So, it's talking about Google or Microsoft or whoever it might be that's out there. And so, yeah, we had AI go, okay, look at our chapter, look at our conversation, look what we did with this client, and tell me real life use cases that we can reference. And so, yeah, we had AI read our book, go, this is similar to when Google did this. Cool, great. Give us some data, give us some resources, give us so yeah, there's these little snippets throughout, these little pop-outs that have that. And then our editor was going through it. And they're like, I see that your book is 77% AI. I'm like, okay, who told you that? And of course, well, I ran it through AI and told me that. I'm like, okay. Well, I know for a fact that there's some areas that are specifically AI because I couldn't do the research to find out, okay, here's what we did. Are there any, similar things out there that have a data behind it that we can pull? We can talk about, what educators, what scientists did, what the data is behind it. We know how it worked for this one location over here in Virginia. How did it work at a bigger location with millions of people over years and years and years? And we can compare it to something like that. So yeah, AI did that for us. And now we find out that AI is telling people that, oh, AI made this. It's like, okay, one, I don't care, because my goal is not to have a book that is purely written by humans. I did not handwrite this book. Paul did not handwrite this book. We typed it. So, there's Grammarly, there's spell check, there's some references of, okay, pull out some examples of this that are in the real life. We had editors, we've got design. There's a whole lot in this that's not human. It's we'll never trust AI detectors. Like I don't understand. And let's say it's exactly true. Let's say that they're exactly getting, oh, this is exactly 22% AI. So I'm not reading the book because I'm looking for a human to have written this. I'm reading this because I'm looking for a way to strategize. I'm looking for this. AI is helping me get to the goal. We had a goal for this book, not to do this without AI. So yeah, AI is helping us get to that goal. Not ashamed of that whatsoever. What's the percentage? I don't know. But I also see where people are taking their college essays from my time, so 90s, from over 10 years old, from well before we had AI detectors or chat writing things up, and they're taking these documents, digitizing them and putting them in these same algorithms and going, all right, and it's going, oh, well, this is 54% AI. It's not. And all that means that these patterns have always been there. AI just might be helping us get to these patterns a little bit faster. They're here to help us recognize, move some things through, which is fantastic. But there's little to no proof or meaningful proof behind, well, AI did this. I'm like, okay, it's up to us as people, as leaders, as educators, as operators, business people, to know what AI is doing, and better, know what we're trying to get out of it. And if you can embrace, utilize the AI to help you get to that end goal, that's what's important. And another plug on what Paul and I do with 1033 Consulting. You're considering AI. You're like, well, I don't know about it. I'm like, okay, well, it's not going to change what your business is doing. It's going to change how your business gets there. And that's how you need to look at it. That's how you need to determine if this is the right AI platform for you. Is it going to help you get where you wanted to get before? Now, if you want to rework your strategy, if you want to say, oh, this is no longer our goal, we're taking a change in direction. Now we're looking to do this. Cool. Great. Did AI tell you that? Actually, if you like it and it's your company, do it. But we can help work through that so that you can see what your end goal is, what you're trying to do. And then we've got the people and the resources. We're talking to AI groups. We're talking to the people who are building the systems, talking to the people that are working through the customer support. So okay, I'm going to buy this, take it out of the box, and it's going to work this way. Okay, well, if something goes wrong, here's who you talk to. Or if your data isn't right, here's what you do to make sure that the data you have going into these systems is working the way that it's supposed to. So we're here to help through those processes, whether you're getting a new point of sale, whether you're getting new HRS, whether you're implementing some of the fantastic AI technologies into your recruiting and talent acquisition. We can work through a lot of that. What we can't do is have AI replace anybody. We need your people, we need your leadership so that you can tell us, here's the end goal, here's what I'm trying to do, and we can make sure that you get there. So that's what we're calling out. And we've got leaders that are denying AI or thinking that it'll go away. As fun as that is to watch, it's not going to happen. So what's really, really important is that you recognize what it is that you're trying to do with your business, your strategy, your project. And can AI help you get there? Let's talk. Let's figure out if we can do that. Leadership isn't getting replaced by AI. It's getting clarified. We're going to make sure that AI doesn't come in and fix your culture. It doesn't set your job or set your vision. That's your job. It's still your job to make sure your team is focused and moving forward. The best leaders won't fear AI. They'll use it to move faster, think better, serve people more intentionally. And that's really what we want to help do as well. So whether you like it or not, AI is here. It's a matter of what you do with it. So that's my rant. That's not a podcast. I'm Leslie Wootton. Excited to Carell, thanks for joining. I appreciate that so much. Big fan of what you're doing, how you're out there. A lot of what I'm doing with this, not a podcast, is truly based on you out there going. I saw you on Sundays doing your weekly reviews, which I truly try to get into. I know I've made one. But this absolutely inspired by you out there going, I'm just doing this. I'm like, I need to get in that headspace. That's exactly what I try to learn by working with other professionals there. So I thank you for being out there, being engaged, being active. It's inspiring. And even though I'm one of the old goats who's been here for a long time, and you're one of the new goats joining in the space, it's great to have that engagement and see it out there. So I appreciate that, and that's something I've learned from you. And here's my dedication to showing up, doing it, make sure that I'm participating and following through. So thanks, guys. The book's coming out soon, Stove to Strategy. We'll put all the details out there very soon. Pre-orders will come out soon. It's going to hit that $20 space, so save your allowance. Remember, shipping and handling is a thing. All right. I'm going to sign off. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Adios. Bye.